Hi there, Mike MacArthur from the Oshkosh Public Library, ready to blow your minds with more Librarian Learns. I thought I'd take a look at one of the premier summer gathering spots from Oshkosh's past, EWECO Park. Or maybe you heard of it as the Electric Park, or maybe the White City, or maybe the New White City. This was Oshkosh's own amusement park set at the end of the trolley line, about 3 miles south in the town of Black Wolf. The year is 1897, and electric trolley cars replace the horse-drawn trolleys in Oshkosh. Oshkosh smells 15% better immediately. The trolley company is operated by Citizens Traction Company, CTC, who owned and operated the interurban lines that connected Oshkosh with Neenah, Menasha, Appleton, Omro, Fond du Lac. To increase ridership on weekends, trolley companies would often build an amusement park or recreational area at the end of the line. So March of 1898, CTC buys 20 acres of land in Black Wolf. They hire William Waters to build a number of attractions there, including a 2-story dance pavilion, a summer theater, a casino, 2 bandstands, a bathhouse, and a couple of refreshment booths. June of 1898, the electric park opens. You can get on the trolley at the corner of High and Main Street, and for 5 cents, the trolley would take you all the way in directly to the entrance of the amusement park. The casino hosted vaudeville acts, and the improved grounds let people idyllically stroll through the wooded creek area. Jump forward to January of 1906. J. Francis Miller of Chicago, chief stockholder of the Winnebago Amusement Company, leases the space for Electric Park and says he is going to build a White City in the style of the White City of Chicago. Miller says he is going to add extensive lighting. They add a figure-8 roller coaster, another bridge. They enlarge and remodel the dance halls. Something called the Hippodrome Theater is opened. And of course, everything is painted white. But wait, drama! February of 1906, H.C. Danforth and W.S. Campbell, the owners of the Bijou circuit of vaudeville theaters, announced that they are going to build a rival amusement park directly north of the White City. And when I mean directly north, I mean directly north. It literally is like across the street from the Electric Park. And just to rub it in a little bit, they're going to call their city the New White City. Things get heated, and Miller threatens to, quote unquote, build a 10-cent vaudeville theater as close to every house in the Bijou circuit if we can, the moment a stick of timber is laid on that new amusement park near Electric Park. Miller's White City, formerly Electric Park, opens in May of 1906. Across the street, the New White City opened July 1906. They compete for a year, and then finally in 1907, put differences aside and merge management companies. The two parks are collectively known as the White City, with the trolley, now run by Winnebago Traction Company, bringing guests directly into the parks. The parks, again, at this point, offer dancing, vaudeville acts, moving picture shows. They hold baseball games. As many people might have seen this picture of a large water slide into Lake Winnebago. This was called Chute the Chutes, which people took to going down standing up, as you could probably see in this photo here. Or at least they did that until, according to Clarence Inky Youngworth, someone died. And so no more of that. The parks proved relatively popular, but ultimately were a money loser. Danforth and Campbell sold the buildings to the Oshkosh Brewing Company in 1909, who then turned around and sold them back to original landowner Robert Candlish, who raised many of the structures. Jumping forward another decade, 1917. The Eastern Wisconsin Electric Company decides that they would like to revive the park. In 1918, they hold a contest to name the new park. Adolf Menzel of 331 Main Street is the winner with EWECO, which is basically just taking the first letter of the company's names and mashing them together. EWECO slowly brought back things like vaudeville and wrestling, but what it's really remembered for is music and dancing. From the 20s, starting in the mid-20s through the 30s, 40s, and into the early 50s, EWECO has a reputation of being one of the premier destinations for big band music and kind of dance hall culture. Some of the biggest names in music at the time played there, including Duke Ellington, Guy Lombardo, Charlie Agnew, Lawrence Welk, Cab Calloway, and countless others. Should be noted at this time that the electric trolley is long gone, having gone out of business in the early 1920s, replaced with buses and cars. In 1940, EWECO was purchased by Charles Maloney. Maloney owned and operated the Cinderella Ballroom in Appleton and continued the venue's reputation as a premier dance hall. However, by the 1940s, late 40s and particularly into the 50s, EWECO had something of a reputation. In the chapter on EWECO Park in Ron LaPointe's book, Oshkosh, Preserving the Past, he interviews John Allen, who attended dances in the 40s. Allen goes on to recollect, "It had a wonderful dance floor. You can rest assured that there was a fight every night. Some came to fight, others had to get drunk before they became involved in some kind of brawl." Allen went on to muse that, "I think there might be many walking around the streets today who were conceived at the park." And finally, it was clearly stated that nice girls weren't supposed to go to EWECO Park. Sadly, in 1953, EWECO closed for the season and what would be for the last time. Mr. Maloney sold the property back to the Candlish family, who planned to improve the land and sell the lots. At the time of the sale, very little of what was once Electric Park existed. Today, the area just south of Oshkosh, which once was known as EWECO, has fully been developed into residential homes. The creek is still there, which is how you could tell where it was, really, though it's been dredged and widened over the years. In some of the older aerial photos, you can see the bridges crossing the creek from when the electric park was still a thing. So I learned something. If you like these videos, want to see more, hit like, hit subscribe, share, come to the library and let me know what you thought. And with that, I'll see you later.